What's up, everyone? I hope everyone is doing well out there. I hope everyone's doing well out there. My name is Cookie, and if you don't know, I'm an integrated wellness life coach. I'm basically your friend to help you along the way in this journey we call life, okay? So let's just get right into it. I'm gonna keep this video short and sweet so I can just let you in on some valuable information that was shared to me that I can finally share to you. So this past week, I work at this job as a waitress, and it's an Ethiopian lounge and whatnot. Not Ethiopian, but they do accept me as one. Basically became family. And basically I meet so many different kinds of people there, but most importantly, Ethiopians, they're very generous, they're very loving, and they're amazing, you know? And so I came across this guy who is very well known, and so he would let other people know who he is by coming up there and buying bottles for every table that's actually there. So I was amazed by that because I'm amazed by anyone who is very generous. And so I began to pay attention to who he was as a person. So one night, or morning shall I say, we actually had a conversation, and he held the floor and had a conversation with me and a few other people, explaining how he got from Ethiopia to here, America. And so I was absolutely in tune, quieting myself, and I'm usually not a quiet person, but I wanted to hear what he had to say. There were so many moments where he would be right here and everything's okay, and then he would just fall all the way down. Can't see it, but fall all the way down and then get right back up. I was amazed by that, but he would explain to me little details as how, you know, he came out here with absolutely nothing, and, you know, he had to eat stale bread for about 2 weeks, but he also isolated himself for about 2 months because I believe it was about 2 months, but nevertheless, he isolated himself for a long while. I mean, cut himself off completely from the outside world just so he can study, you know, on books and things, just so he can get his business going, you know, from the ground up. He gave money, people owed him money, but nevertheless, he ended up being the successful person as he is today. And it was one thing that stood out to me besides all of that, you know, ambition. One thing that stood out to me is when he mentioned, you know, a lot of people would say, and I quote, that they're not good at something. We're not good at math. We're not good at English. And then he said, well, that's the thing. You just get good at it. And I kind of had an aha moment when I sat there, because I'm like, it's actually that simple. So we walk around and we say we want to do things often on and on and on, and we let people hear it, that these are the dreams that we're trying to contribute. But really, if we're being realistic here, it doesn't take much for you to actually achieve that. You can simplify it by taking these smaller steps to get to that point in your life to make these things happen. It's not a huge equation. It's something that we are all capable of doing. And if we really want to achieve something, we have to make it happen. There's nothing stopping us besides ourselves. Look at him for an example. He had a lot of disadvantages. He was very smart nevertheless, but regardless, we all have different skill sets, and everyone has an advantage in some way that can get us to that point in our lives where we achieve what we want to do. So if you want to learn a new language, or if you want to dance your butt off, if you want to become the greatest basketball player of all time, honestly, in order for you to get there, you must put in the work. And so every day, that should be the intention that you set in your mind to get to that point. I want to be this basketball player. I'm this basketball player. And you put in that time to get there. I mean, we hear so many celebrities or so many successful people speak about it, but when it comes down to it, we may get overwhelmed by the emotions because we're not exactly there. But honey, in order for you to get to that point where you feel confident about yourself, you have to work towards it. I can see for myself that there's been so many things that I dibbled and dabbled in, you know, and in the beginning, it just sucked. I mean, it sucked the first time I had to do a squat in the gym. You know what I mean? It sucked when I had to run a mile. Now I run 3. So what I'm telling you is I'm no different from you. Neither is Prince. Now he's a 29-year-old guy, but nevertheless, He demonstrated ambition and determination. And sometimes you might have to isolate yourself to do what it takes. We live in a world full of distraction. We have so much technology around us. So it is absolutely very important that we give ourselves the time to get to where we want to be. I said I was going to keep it short, so I'm going to let you in on that. I hope that this works for you. And yeah, anytime I come back with another story time, let me know if you actually like this. I do, because it really touched me, and you probably don't even know that I made a video about it, but that's how inspiring it is for me, you know? So I love you guys so much. You know this already. If you don't, well, now you know. And keep tuning in. I post every week. I'm just making sure that I'm putting my mental health as a priority, because that's just what's most important. I do love you guys. This is why I'm being consistent, and I have huge dreams that this would really reach a goal that I have in my mind, that I also have in my dream board. So, you know, just keep following me, keep rooting for me as I'm rooting for you, because a lot of good things are going to happen in this time span. All right, so talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And just on a last note, just so we can clarify on the messages that I wanted to bring you guys, it takes determination to actually get to where you want. You are absolutely more capable of doing that. So just believe in yourself that you can make it happen and achieve it. Small steps. That's all it takes. And then before you know it, you're going to look back and realize of how much you've grown, because you, out of everybody else around you, have dedicated your time to the dreams that you have in your mind. Dreams that you have in your mind can manifest. All it takes is your own power. You're the power source. Love you guys. Have a good one, all right? Bye.